Hey everyone, Tyson, the Subaru specialist from Subaru of Prince George here. This is our 2021 Subaru Outback Convenience. So this is an entry-level Outback. As basic as you can get, very well equipped despite being quote-unquote entry-level. Sharp-looking vehicle. I really like the crystal black silica myself. So at the back of the Outback, there's a large amount of storage. People don't expect this much storage in it. It's longer than the Forester, not quite as tall, and it's just as wide. So you can fit a lot of stuff behind the seats without having to put the seats down. Comes with this nice privacy cover. It hides all the way from the back of the seats down. And the reason I got this is the seats are slightly adjustable. So sometimes it doesn't need to be all the way like that. Now, it is a two-stage privacy cover, so that's first stage. Not a lot of entrance height, load height there. So all you have to do, tap it with your elbow, the box you're carrying, that flips up and it reverts up. Way more space. It still keeps things hidden. If you need to fold the seats down, you've got handles. Got one on the driver's side as well there. These little things, grocery bag hooks. I know they seem kind of silly. They actually work really well. I'm a skeptic. I've tried it. Sold me. 12-volt outlet for any charging needs you have. And you do also have these physical tie-down anchors. Got 4 of them around the storage area of the Outback, and if you have something awkward or heavy you don't want rolling around, that's a great way to secure it. Now, all the Outbacks have this roof rail crossbar set up, integrated into the roof. Now, it's covered in snow right now. Let's see if I can do it. Can't, it's frozen, but normally it pops up and this bar will flip all the way across. The other one comes this way, and you have your crossbars. So you don't need to buy a set, they're built in. And you can fold them away for when you don't have anything on the roof for aerodynamics. In the back, great amount of storage. Even taller people fit. But there's room for 3 people, 2 USB ports there for charging. Keep everyone connected. Up front, power windows, locks, mirrors, as you'd expect. We have a power driver's seat, including lumbar support. So normally you don't see that until some higher end trim levels. In like the Forester, the entry level doesn't have it. Crosstrek doesn't get it till the Sport. You got it right from the get-go in the Outback. Now these seats are very, very supportive. I quite like them. Probably one of my favorite seats in Subaru's lineup. We've got auto headlights, or you can just turn them on full. Now, the thing I like about Subaru's full-on headlight taillight combo is when you shut off the ignition, pull out the key, they will shut off as well. You can't kill your battery by leaving them on, unless you turn them on after you've turned off the key. That's a different story though. Left-hand side of the steering wheel, we've got our Bluetooth and audio controls, make and take calls, control the volume of the calls and the music. These arrows down here control this small middle screen. Gives you a bunch of different information, fuel economy, temperature, what you're listening to. You'll always have the digital speedometer there. Right-hand side has our adaptive cruise control and our lane centering assist. So turn it on, get an image of the Outback. Just turned off and back on the steering, the lane centering assist, sorry. So you'll notice there's 4 bars ahead of the Outback, all the way down to 1. That's the follow distance behind the vehicle ahead of you that you'll follow at if you catch up while using cruise. 4 bars is the maximum. At 100 kilometers an hour, it's approximately 150 to 180 feet behind the vehicle ahead of you. Pretty handy, it's really nice. The lane centering, above 60, if these 2 cameras can see the road lines, it'll actually give you gentle steering input to keep you in the middle of your lane. Very, very handy on longer trips. Don't recommend it around town. Now, 2 7-inch display screens here. Top one does your apps. So if you plug in your phone through the USB, you can do Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, you can do hands-free texting, you can put your Google Maps or Apple Maps up on the screen. Got all your settings, you hook up your phone for Bluetooth, that's where radio's controlled through. Takes a second. Put it in reverse. Backup camera pops up in the top, shows you the top of the bumper there so you have something to relate to. You can actually clean the backup camera. You just twist and hold back. So if it gets dirty after a road trip, you can clean it before you back into your parking stall. Physical buttons here, even though it's a touchscreen. Down here, a few other things. X mode, which is like 4x4 low in a pickup. Turn it on or off, it's on. If you exceed 40 kilometers an hour, it shuts off. Vehicle control, so like your traction control, the steering responsive headlights, because it does have steering responsive headlights. So when you turn left, the left headlight swivels left, turn right, the right headlight swivels right. Handy on long sweeping corners. You can see around that corner a little sooner. Driving assistance, you can you can change the lane departure prevention. You can have just warning, or you can have it actually keep you. You get quite a bit of customization ability with the Outback. Auto start stop is now a button. That's an upgrade for the 2021s, and just click it and it won't shut off at intersections. It's a lot easier to do it that way than having to go through 5 or 6 screens like you did in the previous generation. I do think there's an update for the 2020s, but I'd have to confirm that. Climate controls, we have physical buttons other than fan strength, and mode where you want it. Heated seats, press it, brings it up. You can control the passenger and driver. You can also control temperature via the touchscreen as well. And then heated mirrors and back window. USB ports down there along with an auxiliary. This is designed to be phone storage so long as you don't have a super large case or super large phone. It's an electronic park brake. Pull up to turn it on. Foot's on the brake. Push it down, shuts off. And then automatic transmission. We do have the ability to go manual mode. You pull down, you're in drive, pull over, manual, and then you have the paddles, upshift and downshift, and you can select your own gear. So that's a brief overview of the 2021 Subaru Outback Convenience. I'm Tyson, the Subaru Specialist. Talk to you guys soon.